Hello everyone, today we are going to start the equilibrium of a particle. We can define what is the equilibrium. A particle is to be equilibrium when the resultant of all forces acting on a particle is zero. Means when a particle which is suffering the number of external forces, then the resultant force which is acting on that particle in the x direction, the y direction, z directions are zero. Then we can say it is in a equilibrium condition. A particle is to be in equilibrium when the resultant of all forces acting on a particle is zero. Like we can say, if we are having the space problem, like 3D, we can say it is a 3D problem. If concurrent force is there, then summation of all horizontal forces equal to zero, summation of vertical forces along the y-axis, along the x-axis 0, and summation of forces in z direction is equal to 0. For two-dimensional means plane problem, there are the two-dimensional forces there, where we consider the summation of fx equal to 0 and summation of fy equal to 0. Like any body which is having the forces, two-dimensional body which is having the forces like this, one force in direction, other direction, like this. This is x-axis, y-axis, f1, f2, f3. We can split the force into the components f1x, f1y, f2y, f2x, f3x, f3y, like this. And where we put the value of all the fx, summation of fx equal to 0, it means f1x minus f2x minus f3x by the negative signs, because it is in the opposite direction, that should be equal to 0. So y equal to 0. In this case, the f1y plus f2y minus f3y, that all should be equal to 0. If it is in an equilibrium condition, then summation of x equal to 0, y equal to 0, we can put the value. If any unknown is there, then we can find out from there. So if any space problem, then x, y, z forces will be there, then we can spin that way and solve it. So if non-concurrent force acting non-concurrent forces means forces like this. For the 2D case, if we need that 3D case, then it must be x, y, z. Means all the points are not intersecting at a common point. Means non-concurrent force. So in that case, summation of all forces equal to 0, summation of moment equal to 0. So in this we can write like fx is equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, summation of fz equal to 0, fz equal to 0, and also summation of moment equal to 0. We need to take the moment along that point, we need the moment. So like we can give an example. This is for the 3D case. For two-dimensional, for 2D case, summation of x equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, and summation of moment equal to 0. Like for 2D, we are having the summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, and summation of moment equal to 0. So if we are having the column like this, like A, B, C and D point is there, force F1, F2 and F3 is there. So in this case, F1 having the two component F1 y and F1x. F2 is vertically, F3 also having a two component like this, F3x and F3y, and F2 is vertical. So for the solving it, first we will consider the summation fx equal to 0 means f1x minus f3x equal to 0 for vertically f1y plus f2 plus f3y equal to 0, and also we will take the moment about a point, taking moment about A, B, C or D, because here we are having the 3 point forces of point A, B, C. So we will take about A or B or C. If from the 1 point force of at a 1 point, that will become the 0, then we can consider the two forces and solve the problem about A. Like if we are taking moment about A, then f3y into AC this is clockwise, so we will take it as negative. This is clockwise, is also we are taking negative f2 into AB, and that force, that component distance f3y into AC we took over here, and f2 into AB we took, and here f3x, it is directly going along that point, the hinge point. Sorry, we can see the point A, and directly coming the distance of line of action of that force from the A point is 0, so that will be f3x into 0, so we are not writing over here, then that will be equal to 0. Then we can solve. So in that way we can solve all the concurrent force problem or non-concurrent force problem, where the problem is a 3-dimensional, whether it is a 2-dimensional. Generally for the 3-dimensional we are using the vector form, so with the help of the vectors we can solve very easily these problems. So for the 2D there is no condition, so we can solve without vector way. We can also use the vector for solving this problem. So for example, we are taking a problem like this. Like W1 20 Newton, W2 30 Newton, that is 60 degree. This is 15 degree, 15 degree. This is 90 degree. This is 70 degree. So like we are having the point A, point B, point C, D, E, F, G. Here for the so we are having the point A where the three forces is acting. The one force is, we can say, W1 is downward, tension TAC in this direction, and tension TAB in this direction. So tension TAB in this, and here we are having the force W2 is downward, tension TBA in this direction. So if one tension is there, then the opposite direction, from the next point we will take the opposite direction for the same tension. So TAB and TBA, since TAB is equal to TBA, so we can write like AB. So here TBE, and here we can write like TBD. So we are having these kind of tension in the members. So here we are having the three forces, all the forces in equilibrium. So we can take the point A, and AB, and W1. So its angle is 30 degree. So we can split this force into the TAC cos 60 and TAC sin 60. That angle having the 15 degree. So this is also, we can break into the component TAB cos 15 and TAB sin 15. This is the vertically downward, so there is no need to break into the component of that force. So that is broken to the components, so we won't consider this. This is also broken to the components, so we won't consider this. So here we are having just horizontal forces and vertical forces. So summation of horizontal forces are equal to 0, Fx equal to 0. So we can write like TAC cos 60 minus TAB cos 15 are equal to 0. Here both are unknown, and one more condition is here, summation of vertical forces are equal to 0. So here TAC sin 60 minus TAB sin 15 minus W1 equal to 0. So TAC sin 60 minus TAB sin 15, that will equal to W1. W1 is 20 Newton. So we are having the equation 1 and 2. We will put the value of cos this and this. We will get the equation TAC and TAB. Here TAC and TAB. Then we can solve and we will get the value of TAC and TAB. And further we can take the point B. W2 TBE TBA B or AB, both the same thing. TBD, that is the angle is 70 degree, that was the 15 degree. So from these equations we got the TAC and AB. AB we can use over here like in this, and W we know about this. So here two unknown is there, this and this. So we can also split this force this into two component like TBD sin 70 and TBD cos 70. So it is split into the two forces, we won't consider this. And this is also at an angle, so we will split TAB cos 15 and TAB sin 15. So it is also split into the two different component, we won't consider this. So summation of horizontal forces equal to 0, means summation of Fx equal to 0. So TAB cos 15 minus TBD cos 70. Why we took the minus sign over here? Because it is a minus x direction. And T minus TBE is equal to 0. See, AB cos 15 we know because TB we calculated here. So we will get the equation in the form of this TBD cos 70 plus TBE equal to TAB cos 15. So summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. For summation of vertical forces, TBD sin 70 plus TAB sin 15 minus W2 equal to 0. So here we know about this, so we TBD sin 70 is equal to W2 minus TAB sin 15. So we can calculate the TBD here, we can put over here, then we will get BE. So from this equation we can TB calculated, then that value we will put over here. This is like equation, we can say it is equation 3, equation 4, equation 1 and 2. From equation 3 and get the TBE, and So we got the TBD, TBE, and here TAB and TAC. There was the four unknown was there. TAC, got it. TAB, got it. BD and B, all the unknown we calculated like this. If only three forces, concurrent forces acting, any problem, we can also put the Lami's theorem on it. So what is the Lami's theorem? If three forces are acting, we can say three concurrent forces are acting at any point. So like force P1, sorry, P, Q and R, it's alpha, beta, like gamma. Then the one force will be proportional to the sine angle between the other two forces, like sine alpha. So here like Q is proportional to sine beta, R is proportional to sine gamma. Here when we will remove the proportionality, one constant will arrive over here, like K sine alpha, like Q is equal to sorry, Q sine beta and R is equal to K sine gamma. So this we can write like this: small k is equal to P upon sine alpha. This we can also write like this: small k is equal to Q upon sine beta, and this we can also write like this: k is equal to R upon sine gamma. We hold the k and divide the p by the sine alpha, means hold the k and q divided by the sine beta, and hold the k and r divided by the sine gamma, like this. All the k's are equal, then we can say it is p upon sine alpha, q upon sine beta, and r upon sine gamma. So according to the Lami's theorem, P upon sine alpha is equal to Q upon sine beta is equal to R upon sine gamma. But in limitation of Lami's theorem, we can apply this theorem only that place where the three concurrent forces are applied. Where the four forces apply at any point, we cannot apply this. Any two forces applying, then we cannot also apply this theorem on that point. So So like we can define like that: if three forces acting on a particle is in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of angle included between the other two forces. So limitation of this: where more than 3 or less than 3 forces are acting, then we cannot apply this theorem, and it is only for 3 concurrent